Hello lovely viewers, if you are new here please hit the subscribe button. The 10 best movies on Netflix right now, Part 3. Your entertainment guide, Moovi.
You want to succeed.
David Fincher's latest thriller, The Killer, shows us that the life of a professional assassin, as played by Michael Fassbender, can be pretty mundane and boring. Right up until he accidentally misses his target. From that point on, the assassin's life is anything but boring. And suddenly, even his contact, Hodges, Charles Parnell, is ghosting him. Not even fleeing the country is enough for the assassin to evade an international manhunt, as well as two rival assassins, the expert, Tilda Swinton, and the brute, Sala Baker, who have been hired to take him out.
Hey.
And then I looked at my uncle and...
let me guess. He died?
You could call Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse amazing, spectacular, or sensational, and it would still undersell just how terrific this movie is. Somehow, the team behind the Oscar-winning Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse topped themselves with an even more thrilling sequel that reunites Miles Morales, Shay McMore, and Gwen Stacy, Haley Steinfeld. Unfortunately for the would-be couple, it's not a happy reunion. Gwen is keeping secrets from Miles while running from a difficult family situation at home. As for Miles himself, he's inadvertently created a new nemesis, the Spot, Jason Schwartzman. Miles has also been targeted by Miguel O'Hara, Oscar Isaac, the Spider-Man of the year 2099. And if Miles can't get home to his own world, then his life will never be the same.
Mayday! You have a baby!
I have a baby.
I'll take it from here.
Here.
Let's touch me!
Get away from her!
Stay.
Maddie, you...
No Hard Feelings was Jennifer Lawrence's comeback movie after spending a few years away from the big screen. And she certainly makes a memorable impression as Maddie Barker, a woman who is on the verge of losing her home and her car over her money problems. That's why Maddie accepts a bizarre job from Laird, Matthew Broderick, and Alison Becker, Laura Benanti. If Maddie can seduce their son, Percy Becker, Andrew Barth Feldman, and bring him out of his shell before he goes off to college, then she can save herself from her financial black hole. Unfortunately for Maddie, Percy may be undateable and he is nearly immune to her obvious charms.
Outrun the cops!
I can't lose my license!
So there's this dance thing. I can only do it if I have a partner.
Oh, I'm not gonna dance with you.
So is this the girl you wrote about?
You wrote about me?
She's fine.
Bradley Cooper's Pat Solitano Jr. is a man who wants to see the silver linings in life. That's not so easy in Silver Linings Playbook, since Pat just got out of the mental hospital after an 8-month stint that was set off when he caught his wife, Nikki Brea B., with another man. The only thing Pat wants is to rebuild his life and win Nikki back. Tiffany Maxwell, Jennifer Lawrence, is the wild card in Pat's life. She is also battling mental problems following the death of her husband. But Tiffany's plan to feel better about her life involves recruiting Pat as her partner in a dancing competition. In return, Tiffany offers to help Pat reconcile with Nikki, even though she is clearly feeling her own attraction to him. This is a wonderful movie, and you'll see why Lawrence took home the Oscar for Best Actress after watching it.
Look, I'm my best self today, and I think she's her best self, and that's a good thing.
What are you doing?
You know it's just a game.
You played very well.
Luke, Alden Ehrenreich, and Emily, Phoebe Dynevor, are secret lovers who work for a hedge fund in Fair Play. Their relationship is against company policy, which is why they've hidden it. However, their storybook romance starts to shatter when Luke believes that he's getting a promotion that ultimately goes to Emily. While Luke is initially supportive of Emily's success, he soon displays his resentment both at home and at work. As Luke's jealousy rises, he becomes more and more unstable until Emily can no longer be sure that she's safe with the man she loves.
Why is it so hard to accept that I deserve that job?
I never got the shot!
If the timing had worked out better, Netflix would be adding Dune just in time for the sequel to hit theaters next month. But since the actors' strike is still on, Dune, Part 2 will have to wait until 2024. The good news is that Dune's premiere on Netflix is attracting even more fans to see Frank Herbert's epic sci-fi novel fully realized on screen. On Arrakis, the most important world in the Galactic Empire, Duke Leto Atreides, Oscar Isaac, has been given the near-impossible task of making peace with the native freemen while maintaining the spice flow that allows humanity to travel in space. But when House Atreides is betrayed by the Emperor and delivered to their rivals House Harkonnen, Leto's son, Paul Atreides, Timothée Chalamet, and his mother, Lady Jessica, Rebecca Ferguson, are forced to flee for their lives into the unforgiving deserts of Dune.
Get everything with guns off the ground! Go!
You gotta think about your future.
Benicio del Toro headlines Reptile, an intense crime thriller that never lets the audience get too comfortable with its main character, Detective Tom Nichols, Del Toro. In the film, a young woman named Summer, Matilda Lutz, has been brutally murdered, and her body was discovered by her boyfriend, Will Grady, Justin Timberlake. And it seems like there are several men in Summer's life who could have meant her harm, including Grady himself. As he is drawn further into the investigation, Nichols shares some of the case details with his wife, Judy, Alicia Silverstone. But even Nichols' relationship with Judy may not be what it seems, as he is forced to re-examine his own life while looking for the answers that could bring a killer to justice.
Interesting, huh?
The sentence is death.
In theory, Dredd is everything that comic book fans say they want from an adaptation. It takes the source material seriously, the action is R-rated, and it never descends into farce. Unfortunately, the second adaptation of Judge Dredd wasn't any more successful than the Sylvester Stallone film from 1995. Having said that, Dredd is a fantastic action flick with great performances by the two leads, Karl Urban and Olivia Thirlby. In the film, Dredd, Urban, is on a routine evaluation with rookie judge Cassandra Anderson, Thirlby, when they cross the dangerous crime lord Madeline Mama Madrigal, Lena Headey. And before the judges can call in for backup, Mama traps them in a 200-story apartment complex filled with criminals who are out to kill them.
Negotiations over.
Michael Moore. He's 26 and unstoppable.
How can you beat that mode?
Mr. Foreman.
During the 1990s, George Foreman shocked the boxing world by becoming the oldest world champion nearly 2 decades after he had lost the title. Big George Foreman finally gives the legendary boxer his due with a biopic that chronicles his life story, from living in poverty to Olympic gold and an unmatched career in the ring. Chris Davis headlines the movie as George Foreman, and the story largely focuses on Foreman's brush with death and his subsequent reinvention as a devout minister. But after 10 years out of the ring, Foreman begins an unlikely comeback that cemented his place in boxing history.
It's now, or it's never.